Hey, Tool Talk, I'm back. I've got a video for you on the top 5 things decided by you that you dislike or love to hate about Jeeps. I think this is a pretty interesting topic. Many of you on the forums or on Facebook have stated your ideas of what you think the worst things that people talk about are, and it seems to be a very heated and very passionate discussion. So I thought, okay, let's put it in under the microscope and decide. Let you decide if the things that I've done to my own Jeep are things that you dislike. And surprisingly, there were a couple things on there, but I'm not offended, but I actually found that there's a reason to dislike them. And so we're going to get into that. All right, let's get to it. So the biggest thing that you guys chose, and I think my truck had to relate with it a little bit, was the stickers. Stickers are something I think we use to identify our vehicle, to more purpose it for more who we are. And I think that a lot of times those can become political. People may not like those, but the stickers I did were more parts lists. The reason I did that was that I kind of see it like collecting baseball cards. These are the things that I'm building my Jeep with. These are the things that I'm proud to have on there. Those are my choices. Those are the things that I installed myself personally. It goes even that much further for me. And also, some of them are representing companies who gave me great discounts and stuff on some parts. So those things for me, I think, are kind of why I chose stickers. But you guys didn't necessarily like those, so I added that to the list. So that is ultimately what I'm trying to do here, is that I'm not just picking at others, but I'm pointing at me. So let's move on with the next one. The next one I have is stubby antenna. So I actually was the nitpicky one on this one. I went and bought it so much that I wanted to prove to you guys that I disliked it, that I spent my own money on it, and I found that the reception was garbage. It did not get me the desired result. It looked cool. It was, the definitive Stubby brand antenna, but I did not recommend that one. Again, things that you guys complained about, this is your list, but I am agreeing with you on that one, and that is why I added that as the number 2. Number 3 is light bars. We hear lockers before light bars. I actually did the light bar about the same time I did the lockers. I did actually put ARB air lockers in my truck and re-geared it, and even increased the size of the shafts internally to forged 1.5-inch Dana 60 size shafts. So you can't fault me on that one, but I agree with you. What I ended up doing was, with this light bar, after about 9 to 10 months of having it on the truck, it started looking old. It looked decrepit. It made the Jeep look older. They're not well made, a lot of them, and they start to rust, and they just make your truck look and sound unrefined, is what I think I would call it. The reason I took mine off was it started rusting here in Guam after just a few months, and it was so noisy with the wind here, even at driving around the island at 60 miles an hour or less. Usually it's probably 30s, 40s miles an hour. Is loud. It's just so loud. It was annoying. As soon as I took it off, I'm like, man, I wish I would have never put that thing on there. So that I agree with. No light bars, and lockers before light bars, definitely. The next one we have is the Angry Grill. This is number 4. So we had the stickers, stubby antenna, the light bar, and now we're at the Angry Grill. Angry Grill is very much personal preference. I personally do not like them. I think they take away from the natural aesthetic of a Jeep's 7-slot classic grill. You add in the angry eyes, and so the Angry Grill for me is kind of a deal breaker. I don't hate them, but I just wouldn't do it to my Jeep. And the comments in that section kind of lead me to my number 5 reason as to things that Jeep owners hate and love to hate about their Jeeps. And I'm going to make this one a little bit more personal. And I'm going to look at the people out there that will comment and not maybe do it from a sense that they're sitting right next to somebody who does care about their vehicle, and also, in person, you probably wouldn't say the things you say about people's vehicles. It's really easy to get online, get excited about something, and be very passionate about it, but not take a second thought about how the person's receiving that on the other end. So the number 5 thing for me about Jeep owners that love to hate things on Jeep is the Jeep owner themselves. And I'm going to put you at bat on this one. I don't agree when you start trashing other people's Jeeps. If you have a valid reason, maybe it's hardware related, something that you're trying to share information with, and you may not necessarily agree on it, but you're not blatantly calling people out and trashing things. There just seems to be an attitude today that it's like, oh, if you're doing that to a Jeep, hey, you're putting 22-inch rims on a Gladiator that probably won't see off-road. So what? Who cares if the guy wants to do that? So what if somebody wants to put an Angry Girl in their Jeep? There's obviously a market for them. People are selling those things like crazy. They're inexpensive. I think a couple of $100, $100. You put Angry Girl in your Jeep, you feel like you've modified something and made it your own. So that's my number 5 thing is the number 5 thing that I love to hate about Jeeps is the owner. And so I'm going to leave it at that. I think you guys get my point. There you have it. I think that's pretty much sums it up. If you didn't like a lot of the things that you saw, it really comes down to personal preference. And if anybody's doing anything to their Jeep, what does anyone really have to say about that other than the person doing the mods to their Jeep? Interesting conversations to have. But all right. I think that's how I feel about it, and hopefully you guys can understand why this is such a passionate topic. But click that like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll get you guys another one. Thanks.